Hello, my name is Kaylee Schnack, and I'm here to complete my non-degree endorsement e-portfolio. So the final project, we're close to the finish line. So within my Google Sites, I have a bunch of things that were required and that I will be presenting throughout this presentation. I will say that this portfolio took a lot of time, a lot of energy, and some tears, but it's finished and it's a great thing to look at and to share. And I'm excited to share it with you today. So we all had to have an artifact folder, and in the artifact folder, it has anything that I talk about within this presentation is dropped into that folder, and it's organized by district level, secondary level, elementary level, or if it's candidate info contents, it's all organized, hopefully, so that way you can find things fast. And then we had to go and talk about our goals. So here's my goals video that was pre-recorded, but I'm actually going to show you the presentation itself. Just a little bit about myself. I've been married to my best friend RJ for 6 years. We actually have a 17-month-old little boy named Kingsley who is growing like a weed. He's learning to talk. He's getting into everything. He definitely keeps us on our toes. I have a bulldog named Holly, and Holly and Kingsley, as you can tell, are BFFs. And then I also enjoy spending time with family and friends. We love to travel, and we love attending and watching sporting events. We actually took Kingsley to the Chiefs Dallas game last season. It was pretty epic. We had a great time. Some background information. I do have a high school diploma from Southeast Wesleyan High School, which is in Gypsum, Kansas. I went to Southwestern College in Winfield, Kansas, and got my BA in elementary ed, and then I got a minor in leadership studies. Then I went to Fort Hays State and got a master's in high incidence special education. And then I also went to Wichita State and got a master's in special education, unified birth to third grade. So I have an emphasis in special education, but I also will hopefully have an emphasis in administration once I finish this endorsement. So personal goals for myself was to start a family, hopefully give Kingsley another playmate, travel USA, grow in my faith. We attend a church. I just want to grow more spiritually, and then host an international student. I've seen some of my family members do it, and it's been a great experience for them, and I think it'd be a cool experience for us. 6 to 10 years, continue to be a mom, volunteer within the community, do service learning projects, visit all 50 states, and hopefully an Alaskan, maybe a Hawaiian cruise. Again, love to travel. And then beyond 10 years is to continue to raise our children, live life, travel internationally, and live by the mantra of make memories, not dreams. My professional goals, 1 to 5 years, I'm hoping to move back to Hays, Kansas. I currently teach at Bickerdike Elementary in Russell, Kansas, and it's a 30-minute commute there and 30-minute commute back, which takes away from my family, which is kind of sad, but at the same time, it's a great school. I love the staff. I love the students. But I would like to move back to where I actually live. And then continue to make sure that this after-school program thrives. I will be talking about Bronco Break Time. It's a new after-school program that in Russell that we got with our 21st Century Grant, and I am a site coordinator for my school, and this has been the first year that we've done it. It's been really successful, but I hope that it continues to thrive. In 6 to 10 years, I'm hoping to get an administrative role within a district, possibly pursue a district level certification, and then continue to mentor teachers. I just love getting to meet new teachers, following teachers on social media, just networking, and supporting the best I can. And then beyond 10 years, I might look at a special education director position, maybe superintendent level, or maybe just a consultant in curriculum. And then what were my initial... Oh, why did I choose Fort Hays State? So I chose Fort Hays State because of the financial cost. I had a spouse scholarship. I was comfortable after getting my previous master's, and then the positive experience from the professionals. What was my initial expectation? That I would be able to complete everything on my schedule, and that I'd be able to gain the certification to meet my goal of being an administrator and support students and staff and their families. Okay, then my leadership philosophy. My leadership philosophy deals a lot with what I believe a leader is. Right now, we're in a challenging time in education. We have lots of teachers leaving, lots of empty vacancies, and it's hard. It's so sad to see. But we need people to stay in education because without it, we don't have the future. And so I come from the working in the trenches and knowing what it's like to actually be in the field. And I hope to continue to have that mindset when I become an administrator. Um, my current principal, Mr. Jimpy Wolf, and then, of course, a fellow principal, Mr. Keffer, they made a huge impact on me when I was a teacher and just allowed me to see how a principal should handle situations as far as like listening, being empathetic, ethical, empowering followers. Using foresight and building a community. Again, I think, building that community is huge because we end up spending more time with our staff and students than we do our actual own families. And if you don't love where you work, then you're not going to love your job. And so that's what I hope to do is to just empower teachers to fall back into the love of learning, like that first year when we first started out as a teacher. And then just shower them with appreciation, giving a smile, showing interest in what they're interested in, getting to know them a little more, handwritten notes, those types of things will create a positive environment for them when they work, and just lead in that servant leadership style of serving while leading. My plan of study is right here. Like I said, I started in June of 2021 and I'm finishing in May of 2022. So it was a quick little get up, but it's been great. I'm glad that we're almost finished. My commitment. So when I decided to become an educator was back in kindergarten. I had a kindergarten teacher who was just the sweetest, and she's still one of my friends today, and we chit chat about things like that. And then I started my first teaching job when I was in Winfield as an early childhood unified preschool teacher. And I had to go back to Wichita State to get my special education degree. I changed my teaching responsibilities when we moved back from Iowa in 2019. I'd been in special education the whole time and I was ready for a change. And so I jumped into general education and I was a third grade teacher. And then I decided to get extracurricular activities in the same year. I coached C team for the Russell High School. I loved coaching. I think it's great. I had a lot of mentor coaches, but with COVID and getting pregnant, I just opted out of my contract. And then I came back in 2021 as the coordinator for my site at Bronco Break Time, and I've been doing that ever since. And it's been great to get to see the kids outside of a kind of a school setting. Here is my resume. It's pretty much just me. I have everything that I've pretty much done. I've included my leadership roles. I've also included references, and then of course I included some professional training because I've done a lot of those. Okay, then we have our activities. So here's my annotated bibliography. So just going through these articles and seeing about mission statements and about leadership and how a good leader should be has been very rewarding for me. I selected different articles than I feel like some of my peers, just from what I had gathered from the Fort Hays State search on the library's website. But research always guides education, and I think it's important that we're those lifelong learners and we try to stay up with the trends. I think that's also another reason I like to mentor new teachers is because they come out from the school field and they have that those new strategies and things that we don't have because we haven't been in the school format. We've only been in the classroom, and it's nice to have those refreshers and those things that sometimes we forget being a veteran teacher. Here's my activity log form. So this just kind of shows and tracks that I've gotten everything in each component. Here's my activity component tracker, and this just shows that I have everything within the district, elementary and secondary. Here is my district level activity slideshow. And then I'll kind of just do a rundown. So I have my mission and vision, which was an assignment we did together in class. Well, we didn't do it together, but we did it in class. Um, we talked about professional norms chart. That was an activity in class. Zero tolerance policy versus school culture we did in class. Understanding my community. And all of these are hyperlinked, like I said, within the drive. Here's my elementary level. It's going to be a little longer because I am an elementary and I have done a lot. I have 16, but Ames Web Data as a GEI team, general intervention notes and communication with teachers, Global Day of Play, which I love. If you have never heard of it, you need to look it up because it's so fun. Sunshine Committee co-coordinator, so basically helping with culture in the school. The Playful Classroom, if you've not read this book, or follow Jed Daraberry on Instagram. Oh, he's such a good networker, and I got to meet him in person, and I like freaked out last summer. I love the things that he does for students. And then the BLT safety procedures we developed, diving into reading PD. That was something that I worked on with another person. Learning forward book study and conference. I took this actually this semester, and it was great to network with other fellow admin/teachers. Then I have Ames Web progress monitoring, which is a part of my job. Math curriculum adoption team. After school, Bronco break time, and family engagement nights. And that's where most of my hours come from because I do it Monday through Thursday for at least 2.5 hours or more after school. And then title and para schedules and Bronco break time schedules, Bronco break time hiring, general intervention team coordinator, Professional Learning Communities, PLC co-coordinator, academic coach, title para, Bronco break time staff feedback. So those are my elementary. And then here are my secondary. These aren't going to be as many as well, just because I don't dive as far into secondary. I don't like bigger kids. So new teacher mentoring, integrating ethics into decision-making processes, creating school culture. Let's see. Maybe creating a collaborative culture of USD 407, people first language, and they're automatically playing, so that's good to know. BLT meeting and KISA meetings, communicating with who you are, and special education parent rights, and I think I'm gonna, nope, that's it. Okay, and then the last but not least is my administration certification document, if I can get that too. And then I have my district level, my verification, well, here's my ePortfolio reflection. Let me see if I can. Okay, yeah, so here's my ePortfolio reflection. I just kind of talked about what I had believing in the beginning of the program. I just didn't think I could take on much more, and I was really worried that I'd have to like follow my principal for like days on end. Like I didn't know how this program would be set up. And it actually wasn't like that. I got experience, but I also got to work in the actual classroom like online, and it just turned out really well. And just getting those hands-on administrative roles was really nice from my principal, and going out of my element because I haven't had that experience. And then here is my administration verification document. I'm actually waiting on 2 other principals and my superintendent. I've given them about a week. I'm just waiting on them to get it back. But this is from my actual principal. So, and then of course I will be uploading my highlight video, which I'm doing right now. It'll be right here. So thank you so much for spending time with me, going through all of this. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and we will talk soon. Bye.